Yo, DeFi stakers. Long time no video. In this one, let's have a look at an honest look at the cryptocurrency market state. As previously I've been doing videos more about these DeFi degen plays, and then I have few long-term DeFi plays. But since I've been in the market since 2017 spring, doing trading, flipping shitcoins, finding gems. Earlier this year, been into Solana NFTs. So I've done quite many things in the crypto scene. So I learned a lot of things, and so I thought like I would start to cover other things as well. And the overview of the crypto markets, especially an honest overview, which I find it's a bit rare. I feel like there is a bit too much hopium, so to say, in the crypto markets. So kind of like looking at what is the weather where we are in the crypto markets. And it's important to know the weather when you are sailing and surfing, right? So further ado, when we are talking about the weather, we should take a quick look at the macro environment where we are in the economy, and then because that has a huge influence still in the crypto markets as well. So we need to look at where we are, and what kind of trading environment it is, and what kind of investment environment it is, and that's very important to know. You know, is now really the time to flip shitcoins or farm with stable coins, or what are the smart things to do in this market? Because the hype cycles and the overall market conditions are crucial in the crypto now, because it's still quite a little bit about the fundamentals. It's more about what is the market environment, what are the main narratives, and crypto is very, very sensitive to these kind of things. And so it doesn't matter if you find a great crypto low cap gem, and if the market is crap, you know, it's like you're not gonna make money with it at the moment. So you need to end up holding a long time that kind of tokens, you know, because as we know also, like when the markets start moving up, it starts with Bitcoin, Ethereum, then the high caps, and then, you know, it takes time. So for example, we're gonna see now that it's not the time to rush in anything. Nothing is gonna fly away just like that, you know, because the weather is crap. So, and even if something does, then there might be something, but so what? You know, if you've been in the market for a while, you notice that there is always something, of course, always something. But so, which also means that there is always the second wave, another wave coming, you know, if you miss some wave. That's how you keep your stress levels low, and keep your sanity, and you know, like you keep yourself out of FOMOing into anything. So I have the Nasdaq here, and so when I look at this chart, for example, first I look at, okay, like when did we last time have a recession? Like what you would call a recession? So you would have to go like here somewhere, like in the beginning of the millennium, what you call it, like here in the early 2000, the market had a nice run up, very strong run up there, and then of course I don't know when you can call a recession. I guess this is still not a recession, but when you start to lose this kind of course it's always compared to this one here is a recession, or you could already panic here and say it's a recession. But of course, if you entered here, around here, for you, that is terrible. But if you were here, no, it's not. You have to be like, have the perspective of, okay, I was buying here my, you know, tech stocks, and you know, it's like, okay, I didn't sell here, but maybe I started to sell here. And but anyway, so yeah, here, okay, here you can see, call it probably a recession already, like this couple of years. Then it's a little bit up, then there's again a dump here. So yeah, but then the last about 10 years, it's been mostly up only. Like this is a monthly chart, and you have a couple of months of dipping here, and here's the COVID dip, and then up we go again. So for example, if you look at here now, you draw from the COVID drop until the top, the Fibonacci Retracement tool. Now it's at the 0.382. So if this holds and it starts to move up again, this is like a bullish continuation actually. So but it can also let me see where I can get something to draw with. Of course it can also, like, you know, bounce here and then go down again and bounce again and then go down again, and you know, this is several years here. This would be like a full retracement from the perspective of the COVID drop. Like this is like the, yeah, and you could call this a recession for sure. But on the larger scheme of things, like it's still, you know, people who bought here, you know, they are still 3x, 4x, you know, for example. So yeah, but I think, for example, this 50-day EMA, which aligns with the 0.5 retracement, that here you see also there's like a few, there's like support here. I wouldn't be surprised it come here, and you know, I don't know what kind of recession would you call that. That's still a healthy retracement if it starts to build up again. So yeah, but in the context of this, you know, many things can be called a recession or you know. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, if you see the Nasdaq coming here, like you know, during this year, for example, next year, maybe early next year. Yeah, so clearly we are on the downtrend now on the macro scale. You know, just, I'm not a macro analyst or expert or anything like that, but just based on purely like a trading technical perspective. Like here you see, you can also take a Fibonacci tool from if you want to look at this way, like how it bounces. So here it bounced, this is the 0.5. You see these wicks got rejected, wicks got rejected again. Doesn't look that good, bearish. You know, it means that the price went up here but ended up here during the week. This is a weekly chart now. So now it's back at this base again. So is it going a little bit sideways here, then up, or sideways here, going down? Here you see now it's the daily 200, which was the monthly 50 EMA. Here you see there you have some resistance here or support. So it's quite possible it comes down here, because there's hard to find any bullish news at the moment in the economy. You know, it's hard to be optimistic. That's why I'm also wondering, like, how people in crypto, how they find something optimistic about the situation. Like as long as Bitcoin is not considered like the digital gold or the store of value, which is like, who is deciding that and when does that change? We don't have any evidence of that at the moment. And as long as Bitcoin is more like behaving like a tech stock as it has been following more than Nasdaq and S&P 500. There's not too many reasons to be bullish about Bitcoin, because where is the new money coming in now from? The macro is bearish on all sides pretty much, and new money, why would the new money enter now? Especially because there is still no clarity on the regulation of crypto. So it's very hard for me to see a bullish case for Bitcoin. But let's go see Bitcoin now. Well, I have Ethereum here. Let's look at quickly first Bitcoin, and then we're gonna look at Ethereum, and then we're gonna look at the alt weather forecast, and then yeah, and look at few. We can still find a few bullish altcoins as well, so we can look at those as well. So here is Bitcoin. I've drawn. I went for the monthly here again. We're gonna look at the macro weather of Bitcoin. I drew a monthly trend line here from the lows of these, and I think this is fair. It's good to see if this holds. That's a good sign. So, of course, this bounce we had here now, that's not a strong thing. And let's look at the weekly. Then I drew here like oh, this is also a monthly. This was a monthly level here. So, which is aligning with this support here as well nicely. So this is a support here. So if this holds, then it's, you know, it's a decent environment. And when Bitcoin, if Bitcoin holds this, you know, here, then there are some alts that can move because the environment's a bit more safe. It's not like constantly, you know, now it's a bit like, oh, is it going down more, or, you know, but when we get a little bit more stability, and this again, although there has been stability, but there is this uncertainty. What I mean, and you know, the macro uncertainty is shown a bit here as well in the Bitcoin chart. Also in the weekly, you could draw here. You could have also here a weekly. Here was a support, and here is a resistance. Here is also one weekly. This has been resistance, went above, but came back down, a resistance here again. So it's like a deviation, you call it. This is still holding. This is what, you know, when you are drawing support lines, you can see Bitcoin many times, especially in the smaller time frames. You can see what it does is like, you know, it does these deviations to get the stops out, because people are buying the supports or selling the resistances. So it wants to do this, you know, get the stops out and then go down, or get the stops down below key levels and then go up. So that's a very common behavior for Bitcoin. But you see here, if this holds, Bitcoin can slowly go between here. You know, Bitcoin could be doing this as well until the end of the year. You know, the summer could be very quiet. It's like, see what happens on the macro, and now as the Fed announced that they're gonna you know, ramp up with the interest rates even more. They want to like front load this, so what they want to do it more, like now, like in the short period they want to do more. So, you know, it makes the environment a bit bearish for the macro as well. So this kind of thing could be happening until the end of the year. Summer might be very quiet, very boring. Many times spring, summer is like that. If this holds, all this holds. So if we're gonna look at, and also like you can look at the strength of the bounce, you know, you could take the Fibonacci tool again from here to the bottom, and you see it bounced from the bottom to the 0.382, and even before it did that, it couldn't reach it. It got rejected, hugely rejected, and now it came there and then down, and that's bearish, you know. If it doesn't even reach the 0.5, not to mention 0.618, then that's a bearish story for sure. That's a poor retracement or recovery from the, if you look at the daily here, you can see, let's see here, here's my weekly line. It's almost like aligned with this. You could draw 4 hour, oh no, daily. You could draw a daily level here as well. It's been holding again. It went above a key level. Also above the 200 EMA, which you can also, this is also works as a support and resistance levels. These EMAs can work. So I did this M pattern, or this double top, on above a key level and down. So that was like a deviation, and now it's again in this range. It's pretty much a range, but there is a little slight above movement. You know, it's kind of like higher lows, even if, yeah, you have these higher lows here. But so the question is now, you know, and yeah, and again, if you look at even in the daily, you can again look at the retrace or the bounce retracement, what you call. First, this bounce was very weak. The first one here, if you look at from here, such a weak bounce, and it came down more. So if you look at this one. First it comes to the 0.382, and then it wicks a bit higher, but cannot reach the 1.5, gets rejected like a long wick, so that's again bearish. Then on the bullish side, you get these buyers coming in here, so you have also wicks. So it's like an indecision, kind of like cannot decide which way to go. There's a buying and there's selling, and then there's buying again. And now today we might get a rejection from this level. Look how nicely it works. I've drawn it from this. There was a bounce, then it broke below, came back. This is becoming a resistance now. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this. You know, I could draw like this. Some kind of a downtrend. If I considered this here as a deviation, I could consider it also here in the drawing the trend. When I'm drawing this trend line, I could call it. I could consider the deviation. So the trend is like this, and it just couldn't break this downtrend, this daily downtrend here. And then we could also use this here. You could argue, you could make like this, so there's like this falling wedge. This is, although this is a bullish pattern, usually the price contracts like this, goes down and then goes up. But yeah, this could be the story of the week. Tuesday, 27 Wednesday. Wednesdays are many times a turning point for the trend. So we could see tomorrow a breakout from this. The question is, okay, what is the, can we figure out maybe a target for it? So there could be this daily 200 EMA / 0.618. So when you have a confluence of different things, you know, and even this level, you see this level, what I draw the daily, I draw this daily level is also here. So this is the Fibonacci level here. It's the level that I drew, and it's would be the target of this breakout from this, and it still wouldn't break this trend line, the main trend. So it could come up here, get people a little bit bullish, and then again continue. So this might continue to be quite boring as long as this holds. So there might not be a lot of excitement here in the markets. Just give me a second. For some reason I have a door open, so I need to close it. Alright, sometimes I'm lazy to edit small things. So yeah, that's the Bitcoin outlook. So what this could mean for the altcoins, like I said, if this level holds, of course if it goes up, you get some pumps, but if it starts to come down back here again, you know, again alts suffer. But if there's like a sideways movement, you know, some alts are encouraged a bit and moving. But the main story would be here that if you are in some altcoins, is it like the blue chips, or if you find some good gem or shitcoin or whatever with a good technicals as well, good hype, I would be taking aggressively profits in this climate, in this weather, because the pumps might not be as huge as you expect. So don't get greedy with your targets. Don't get greedy. That's the in this market, you know, it's not, like I said, there are very few things actually like that would fly like crazy, that you would completely miss on out. And even like I said, even if you do, that happens, you know. That's what it is. Let's go look at the Ethereum, and then we're gonna get some old weather as well. How are the olds looking? And see if we can make some money in the markets at the moment. So here is Ethereum on the weekly. It looks a bit better than Bitcoin, like, because it's always moving more than Bitcoin. So it went higher, and well, but it didn't drop as much. So it's now holding the weekly 50 EMA. So that's a good sign. You know, here again you could draw like here this. I like to use different colors on different time frames, and if the trend is not clear or strong, I like to use this like this kind of line. But this is quite clear here, and I think it's gonna be quite useful, and it works. Then you could also get here some trend from the first. This created kind of like the bottom here, and it matches with this one as well. So you get the more data points you get, the better as a trend line. So this is pretty clear. So yeah, if Ethereum holds this, it's quite bullish. This should be a big year for Ethereum because of the merge and all the things connected to it. But it's interesting to see, like, of course, if Bitcoin goes more down, if Bitcoin loses these levels here, I don't know if ETH can do much about it, you know. It's just the weather is too stormy for Ethereum as well. Maybe it does like relatively better than Bitcoin in that case, but still, you know, I don't know if it can really moon. Like where is the new money coming in? You know, if it's like more like a risk off macro environment, like who is gonna buy Ethereum suddenly, like bringing in the new money? I think it's gonna be more like Bitcoin or nothing, you know. So like who is not in Ethereum yet, who wants to be, you know, like so it's a bit tricky situation. So so if we look at the daily here, so yeah, you have Ethereum also has room to come here on this trend line. It really can, and especially when the merge was like postponed a little bit from June. So if it's again, it might indicate that the summer will be boring. You know, this although this pattern although this only goes until the end of May. So there is some kind of a resolution here to up or down. Could be a little bit up. It could like pump here, and then, you know, depending on how the market is and how bullish things are and how is the merge going, you know. So interesting thing is that so now we should look at the ETH BTC. How is Ethereum doing against Bitcoin? And then again, it gives us some indication of how the alts are doing in general, I guess. Although Ethereum, I would say, is one of the more bullish alts at the moment as well. So here you see the weekly chart against Bitcoin. So you could see that this is the resistance here. You can see this is level here. A lot of action here, and you can see also it respects its resistance goes through, flips its support for a momently for a couple of weeks against Bitcoin, and then comes down again, resistance, resistance, but the trend is up. So here, this is the summer action, can be here, and then see what happens here. Does it break down, come test these levels here, 200 EMA weekly, or does it break up? So that's but Ethereum against Bitcoin looks good, but again, I wouldn't get too excited about it. Still, it's like I said, the weather is, it's not like you're gonna make huge money or something overall. So let's look at the bullish tokens. ApeCoin. So this is this has been pumping since they announced, I guess, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they're gonna have this metaverse coming, and land sales, and I think you can buy the land with the ApeCoin. So here you get this. There's not much history to do, but here you could argue that you have a level here, like a daily. It's been respecting kind of resistance. Now it broke. Can it hold? I would even, let's see, I could even draw a box, so it's like more of a, sometimes you can have an accurate level, or sometimes you want to make like a box, and the boxes are nice. It gives a little bit, it's not that strict kind of thing. So you can see here what's happening. Can it hold this? It's a nice pattern, lower high here. It's like a W, which is like a bottoming kind of structure usually. It could go here, basically. The target from this W would be, I guess, pretty close to that. Exactly, pretty much exactly there. 27. But so I don't know when. I was trying to find like when does the sale start and end. So when it ends, you could expect a drop at least, because since this has been going up quite a bit. Bottom out at around 10, and then it's been going up. So it's a high evaluation already. So some people think that it's too much, and they wait for it to dip. So like you see here, market cap 5 billion, fully diluted valuation 17.7. So that's massive. It's huge. Number 31 ranking in the. So so what I'm thinking is that, of course, you could argue that okay, you could buy, if this holds this level, you could buy. But it'll also, like you see now, this 4 hour here, it could also like become resistant, and maybe this is a deviation. It's like a failed breakout. Like, did people already, most people, get their ape tokens, ape coins for the land sale? That's the thing, like when especially when the land sales end, I think that's already too late. You have to be before if you want to short this. You could definitely short this in this environment. You could draw this trend line here. But as long as this holds, and this level holds here, then it's still not a shorting environment. So but if it loses this box, then of course, it's coming like this, and maybe it does still something like, scare the shorters, and then it's so basically, you could short this if this becomes a resistance again. If you are brave, you could short even up here, and then just put stop loss above this high. Maybe put above 20. So then you are out if it goes. So looking at when is the land sale happening, when it's ending, and then playing this. So you could short it, at least to you could 14.5 here, where it might be that the 200 EMA 4 hourly EMA would be like around 14 maybe, so you could short down the 14, then it might go up. And then again, you know, if there is not too many fundamental news coming again after the land sale, of course, if they keep pushing bullish news after another, then you know you want to get out of your short, you know, here, or it could come down here as well, you know. It depends, yeah, it depends what they are doing. But for now it's going up. The chart is looking bullish, but I don't know if I would buy now because of just the land sale thing. Another one we have here is Rune. I think this one has is it in June? It has the mainnet launching, I believe. Let me remove these drawings. And this is one of the most bullish assets. This is playing into the cross-chain narrative fully, you know. So this is looking good. This I might be looking to long because of the bullish catalyst of the mainnet coming in June. So I'm expecting that this could hold. This is a weekly chart now, like this, the nice trend here. And then you have this one here. Of course, it could be playing in here as well, but because of the catalyst of the mainnet coming, and because of many people being bullish on this is one of the big main narratives, this multi-chain, cross-chain thing, and this is one of the main players in that one. So because of that, I'm expecting, especially if Bitcoin can hold, if Bitcoin behaves and holds this line here, this monthly line, I think Rune can be one of the, maybe the best play for the next month or two, you know. It's nicely holding up this weekly 50 EMA, so that's beautiful to see it hold it there. So it's actually a nice buy. It's just above $8. It's like, again, these psychological levels, these even numbers. Also here daily 200 EMA holding it nicely. Support. Of course, the more touches you will get, the weaker support or resistance becomes. So of course, like I said, what these many times do, what they do is that, like, they break the psychological support or resistance and then they take off. So like, let's say what Rune can be doing is like drops here, does something like this below the daily 200 EMA, and then bang bang like this. That's how the markets many times work, just because people are now buying and they have their stops below here. So just doing this, bottoming out, one more drop and bottom under the key $8, under the key 200 daily EMA, and then so I would watch out for that. So if you are trading, if you want to trade, I would be looking something like this, or here you see the break of this as well. So if you get something like this, break, and then this holds, and then it goes. That's another scenario. Come on. Yeah. I'll be watching this, because if Bitcoin tanks, this is what can happen. If it doesn't tank, then there's going to be a solid breakout. Back to the flipping this to a support and then taking off. Of course, it's gonna stop here as well, and it's not gonna probably fly straight up, but still, The point is that your entry would be here or here. Maybe you could look at it like a 4-hour entry or something like in the 4-hourly. But yeah, that's basically bullish assets. Few more. Near at least has been very bullish. Has a lot of hype because of the investments and everything, you know, people putting money into this like VCs and so on. Here's the weekly. There's level, resistance, support. Couldn't hold this, came back down, even back down here. Now let's see if it holds. Now if this holds now, this box, you could buy here and, you know, get some little swing trade, longer term trade there going on. Targeting, you could target back here. I would target back here actually in this environment. So getting in here at the box again, you want to see like this, some kind of W action here, a low and a higher low, and then again it might do it here under this level. Looks like it's not gonna hold, it's gonna get rejected. It looks like now, so it might do it here again. There's some kind of key level to do it under, so like this, you know, like this, and then it's going all the way up here, you know, and then you have to wait for it to break this if you want to continue. But here you see on the daily how nicely how this has been working. Resistance, support. This is very clear. This is nice. It's easy, nice and easy. It created this level here, and you can see it's the one which is actually working. This was a deviation, came back under it, and now it's, so if it can come above here, I think it goes more higher, because this is not much of a resistance at that point. This is the main resistance for it at the moment. One more altcoin, GMT, move to earn. That's one of the huge narratives at the moment. And this is it's leading. You have another tokens as well. You should go to CoinGecko and check out move to earn category, and you would see there. Let's put this here. It's a nice daily. It's very clear uptrend. This was now it's support, and it was a resistance. If this holds, you know, you can expect more upside. Let's see, I could even look at the, it's also a pretty high market cap. So, and talking about the trading weather being like it is, you know, it's a tricky thing to long. It's 2 billion already, fully diluted 20 million, then a billion. These are billions. So, but hey, you could buy here. There was a little swing trade, 20% gains coming here, maybe, you know. Or if you buy here, yeah, you could wait if it does go more, you know. So yeah, these are the big things, you know. Rune mainnet, cross-chain, multi-chain narrative kind of play in the coming month. Of course, you would be entering now in these times when it doesn't take off yet too much. Then GMT. Then yeah, that's pretty much it. Then we had the near was the other one. So yeah, otherwise it's very tricky market at the moment. And the short look at the EMP.money. If you have been watching my videos, you know that this is one of my favorite long-term plays. It's an algorithmic stablecoin pegged to Ethereum price. And I did a last video maybe about 2 weeks ago, roughly. And it was total value locked was, I think, around 8 million, and now it's almost 43. So this continues growing all the time. And if you want to participate, I mean this is very beginner friendly and easy. I like this passive income, which is easy and stress free. So I just look at my videos, how you do it, and you create. Actually, you can straight, if you have BNB. You can zap which means that it creates the LP token, LP pool for you automatically. You have BNB, and then it makes you EMP ETH pair, which you deposit here, and then you just come daily, compound or claim. I'm just compounding now. You have to do it daily. One time I come here and press this button and I get about 1% per day. Now it's been like maybe 0.8. It's between 0.8 and 1, something like that. And if you look at this, it's been above peg like a long time now, which means that this here boardroom, the E-shares, you are staking the E-shares here, gives you 1,500%. So as I explained in my videos, I mentioned now shortly, you would create EMP ETH LP, deposit here, stake the LP tokens here. You are earning E-shares from here. You take your E-shares into the boardroom, stake them there. You earn EMP with almost 1,500 APR. And if we look at the E-share price, it has been skyrocketing. You see, just in a couple of weeks. It's been like in a week, like a 3x almost. Broke out. Now it's here in the resistance. If it breaks this 2000 level, it's, you know, sky is the limit. 4, 5, 6k. But it's not recommended you buy straight this, you know, as you know, watching my videos. You should get EMP. It's back to an Ethereum price, so it's pretty nice. So then you would create the EMP ETH LP and you would earn the E-shares and you would stake them here with a huge APR. Enjoy the huge APR and enjoy this price appreciation. So EMP.money is doing great. This is just very bullish. Not too many bullish things on this market, but EMP.money is. I have my link down below if you want to join the Detonator contract. Like I said, it's very simple. You just watch my video, and you know, if you like it, you can start earning passive income. Building your daily passive income. That's one of my main goals. You know, being in crypto, exposed to crypto, but not to be more stress-free and more passive about it, since like rather than frantically going, you know, hunting all kinds of coins and NFTs and getting stressed out about bear markets and whatever, you know. Yeah, so something new, something different. Thanks for watching. I think I'll be doing this kind of weather if not weather forecast and weather reports. It's important to know, like I said, how is the sea, how is the weather when you're sailing, when you are surfing the crypto markets, and yeah, let's see how we can make money even in these markets and stress-free. I hope you have a great day.